Alright, welcome back to another episode of the Neil's Next Door. My name is Darren. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, that way you can stay up to date on all our latest videos. And today is another, we haven't been doing too much, so today is another Kia Telluride video. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up in the comments of the last video as well as the Instagram, asking questions, wanting to do an update video, how I like it so far. So especially since a lot of you guys are waiting months for yours to arrive in the to arrive at your dealership. So I have, as you guys know, 2021 Kia Telluride EX Nightfall Edition, Snow White Pearl. We just hit 1,000 miles on it. 1,100 is where we at, because we just recently took a road trip to the north side of Atlanta, apple picking last week, and it was about 150 miles one way. So we were able to get some mileage on it. Shirell didn't complain about the chairs, which she used to complain about the Sorrento a lot about the chairs, which is good because when she travels for work, she's probably gonna have to hit the road. And the reason why I decided to do it today is because I just got the windows tinted in the front. That is 35%. That is the legal limit here in Georgia. I got that done. I didn't want it too dark because I don't want to get pulled over. So we got the legal limit. I was kind of concerned. I was trying to, it was either 20 or 35 where I was going to go. But so far, I think the 35 looks pretty good. It doesn't look too dark. It doesn't look too light. I need a car wash, so excuse me. But it's about to rain, as you guys could tell. It's out here. And I also had to redo the back tint on the Optima because it was bubbling up. So I did that at the same time. But I think it came out pretty decent. The person just left just now, so yeah, what do you guys think? That is 35%. Don't know what the back is, but 20% would match the back really well, but it would have just been too dark, so let's see how it goes. Now, a lot of you guys have some questions about how I like the Telluride. I love this thing, man. There's a few things that I dislike about it. I'm actually going to talk to you guys about in this video, because Shirell and I have been talking about it, and we kind of agree on a lot of the same things. So number one, this is the EX model, which we've had a 2015 Kia Sorrento EX with technology and touring package, brand new, which pretty much had the panoramic sunroof, navigation, and all that stuff. So it came almost fully loaded, just didn't have the Napa leather and some of the the heated seats in the back, but it had heating and ventilator seats in the front. It had pretty much almost everything, tow package. So I thought if I got the EX in this, I was going to get a lot of tech, which I definitely did. It's definitely an upgrade from the S model, which there's nothing wrong with the S, but once you have some of the features, you just can't go back, like not having a power lift gate, which the S doesn't have, is kind of a drawback. And yeah, I can't live that life anymore. And the infotainment system is a little different. The climate controls and all that stuff. So it was just, the EX was a sweet spot. The SX would have been great, but it was getting a little pricey after you added the Nightfall package. Technically speaking, I could have probably bought an SX without the Nightfall package for what I paid for this, which was $49,900 after the dealer markup. Everywhere I went, everywhere I called had either a $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 dealer markup, because these things sell before they actually get off the truck. So this one I got lucky. Somebody put a deposit on it because it's coming, and they end up not following through with it. So I had to drive up there that weekend and just pray that it made it until I got there 2 days later, which it did. But a lot of people came looking for it while we're there, so that kind of takes a lot of negotiating out the door. But yeah, this has the another thing that makes it a little bit more expensive is that this one has the tow package. Not all of them do. I like it because it also provides air suspension in the back, which I tested out. It's not like an air suspension where once you load it up, it automatically just raises and lifts up. You do have to drive a little bit, and it will balance itself out after it drives for a while, but it does work. a lot of people complain about the look of the rims on the Nightfall package. They actually don't really bother me. To be honest, once I start driving, you barely really see them. And they're really black. So it's hit or miss. I know I'm in a Kia Forum. A lot of people complain and worried about the plastic rocker panels and stuff. To be honest with you, we had the same plastic on the Sorento, and as long as you condition it properly and clean it down, it stays fairly fresh. I only had one section that didn't, and now I don't know what happened there, but once I put I think it's like back to black or something like that on it, it went back to normal. But yeah, it is something that you do have to kind of, you know, watch out. But from my experience so far, it's been pretty durable. Obviously with the Nightfall package on the EX, you have to get the premium package, which adds LED headlights. It also adds captain chairs in the second row. It also adds the 19-inch rims. These are 20s because of the Nightfall package that upgrades them to 20. But if you get just the premium package, it will add 19-inch rims onto the EX model, which normally comes with 18s. Then you also get LED running daylights. I mean, you also get LED headlights. And because of this Nightfall package, it is in a black housing. It does have the amber lights that stay on at all times, like the SX does on the 2020 model. But for the 2021, if you get the EX with the Nightfall package, you will get the running daylights. But if you get an EX with the premium package, it will come with the LED amber running daylights, which is pretty cool. I love them. These things, I always complain about people with LED headlights. Now that I have them, I could give a damn about anybody else on the road. I'll blind you in a heartbeat because I can see everything. I can see it tomorrow. All right, let's take a look. So I think I have some stuff in the trunk so you guys can get to see the trunk space. All right, so we're officially soccer parents. Kason just started playing soccer. So we have been rolling with our chairs and our soccer balls. Normally this third row is always up, and we can actually hold everything back here with the third row up. The only reason it's down is because I went and bought an office chair and stuff from Sam's this week, and I just had to drop them down. But it's been fairly roomy back here actually. You could press these buttons here to drop the second row. I do like that it has a strap to drop the third, so it's quick and easy. Shirell says there's a lot of room back here, which is good. The best part about it is it's not much bigger in our garage than the Sorento was, but inside you definitely get a lot more space, especially when you drop this third row. Now, if we didn't have captain's chairs, we'll probably always keep the third row down just to have the extra space. But the amount of space back here is really good. Like I went and got 10-foot sections of drip edge for my shed, and they stopped like right here and went all the way to the front. So I have more than enough room for them. But you get a lot of leg room. One thing I don't like, which is kind of hit or miss, is the automatic tailgate, because all you have to do is actually stand right here and the tailgate will go up. It doesn't always do it all the time, and I haven't found the right magic formula for it to happen. Might have to tap my shoes together and all that wonderful stuff. But in the second row, a lot of space. Kids used to always have their feet on back of the chair before. Now I could pull my chair all the way back and not have to worry about it. They could still recline forward and back if they needed to. It's really roomy. They have, biggest things, charging ports behind the chairs. It does come with rear sunshades. Because I don't have the package added, I don't have a sunroof, but it's all right. We never really used it. I think I might have used it more than anybody else on the other car. And the Optima has it. We don't actually use it on the Optima either too much. But kids get in and out perfectly fine. So if you're looking at the haul your family, you'll definitely have more than enough room. All right, sorry for the mess, but I was moving some stuff. All right, so this is, let me get the masks out the way. Obviously it does have the wireless charging. It does have the 10.5 inch display, heated front and ventilated seats. Sound system sounds pretty good. It's very nice in here. Very open. I do like that. Like I said, we went on our first road trip and I didn't feel like I was right there next to Shirell, which I really liked. You know, one thing about being on a road trip, you don't want to be too close to the next person. That's when things start to get a little claustrophobic and cramped. So now it's not all peaches and creams. There is a few items that actually annoy me about this trim. Number one, I don't understand why at this price point on an EX, it doesn't have memory seats. The Sorento had memory seats. The Optima has memory seats. If I never had memory seats before in my life, then it wouldn't be a problem. But because I've had memory seats, it is kind of weird changing the position every time you get in a car based on who's driving. That's a little odd. So I wish it had memory seats. Another thing is with the EX, you could only get on the SX. It is auto dimming rear view mirror, but it doesn't have HomeLink installed on it factory. I did order a new mirror for like $230-ish before shipping is what I paid. Shipping was like another $20-ish. And it's literally, you just unscrew that and you plug it in. So that should be in a couple days. And we have this here, but I hate it. Number one, the headliner is gray. So I don't like really having to really touch up there unless I really have to. And I just feel like it being there, you just always, yeah, you can actually see the dirt starting to pile up already. You always have to touch that general area and it's just gonna get dirty and you're gonna start to see it. It's gonna drive me insane. And I also have an irrational fear that the remote for the garage door opener is gonna stop working one day. And granted, I can easily just open a car door and go, but you know, it's the little things in life. So I'd rather just put that in the house and give it to somebody when we go away on vacation and let them, if they have to come to the house, they could get into the house type stuff. So those are two things I don't like. Another thing which I don't like, the auto on and off. Now it works really well, but I wish there was a way to make it where it stays off at all times and only turns on when you want to turn on, whether it's in smart mode or eco mode, then it'll turn on. The problem with it is living in Georgia, when you stop for too long, it cuts the engine off and then it cuts the air off and it starts to get a little warm in here. That's number one. Number two, when you're at a stop sign that has a lot of traffic and you're trying to, if you're at a two-way stop sign and there's a lot of traffic, you have to sometimes get a little, you know, ballsy and put your foot on the gas to get into traffic sometimes. You feel like a little jerk when you have to. It goes like a doom doom and then it goes forward. It's fine, but I would prefer if you could kind of just take it off. It does have every safety feature you need. Lane keep assist, forward collision warning, backup sensors. Now the thing about the backup sensors is they work really well, not just backing up. I'm talking about like the cross traffic alert when you're coming out of a parking spot. That thing, the steering wheel vibrates, it starts to beep, and it reacts to cars that are really far away. So you have to really not be paying attention to hit something while backing up out of this thing. But it works really well. Forward collision warning, I could feel it working sometimes. Like there's a strip of road where it's 55 miles per hour. We average about 60 there. But then like there's a side that people turn off into a community which doesn't have a turning lane, so people just slow down. And this guy starts slowing down at the last minute, and I can hear the beeping of the car, and then it starts to slow down for you. So, you know, it does definitely work. The lane keep assist is a little finicky. If the lines are dotted, it might not see them at all times. If they're solid lines, it's definitely gonna work. you also start to realize what type of driver you are. Like I realized I spend a lot of time to the far right. Shirell spends a lot of time to the far left. So there's that. But the smart active cruise control works really well. I used it on the highway yesterday, and once a truck got in front of me, I was doing 70, I set it to 70. Once a truck got in front of me doing 60, it automatically brought me down to 60 miles per hour and kept that distance between us. So it worked out pretty well. Haven't had a chance to use the heated steering wheel yet, but I'm pretty sure that is fairly straightforward. Now I do have another concern that I'm thinking about it. The windshield wiper. You can't just, if you have to change the blades, you can't just lift it up. Like you have to go through a sequence of events on the steering wheel and the windshield stock. And it actually was a sticker on the windshield, but I took that sticker off and pasted it onto the user manual. But just in case I lose it, I know I'm gonna be asked out. But yeah, it pretty much will. You have to go through a series of stuff so that the windshield wipers actually move up high enough for you to actually remove the blades, because they actually stay tucked down below the hood. I don't know if you guys can see that from this angle. Oh, also, fun fact, if it's raining and you have your windshield wipers turned on and you have to reverse, it will automatically turn on the rear windshield wipers as you're in reverse mode. Also, when you're reversing, the volume of everything goes down really low. CarPlay works really well. It takes a little navigating. The infotainment system itself takes a little getting used to. I'm still not really used to it yet at this point. It's weird that they keep radio together with satellite and the radio stations. It was just weird. And the maps, I can't figure out how to cancel my route if I use the navigation. So I've been more so using the navigation on the Google Maps through CarPlay, but we do have navigation for Sirius XM as well. Pretty much whoever gives us the best, fastest routes is the one I go with. But yeah, it's really quiet in here, especially when you're cruising around town. You really don't hear too much. Once you close these doors, you're really isolated. Now on the highway, it does make a little bit more noise, but to be honest with you, once I'm on the highway, we're listening to music really loud anyway, so it's not like we're going to really sit there and listen to the road noise at that point. And it might just be because we have these 20-inch rims on it, so that might not play, that might not be the best choice as a road cruiser. And speaking of that, power wise, there is definitely more than enough power. What you will need now, if you want anything with more power, you definitely will need to get yourself one of the Ford Explorers that has the turbocharged with the V6 engine, or the Dodge Durango with a Hemi. That's the only way you're going to get more power. Now, this is not that type of vehicle, but you won't have to worry about, you know, do I have enough power to get on the highway past somebody? Especially if you switch into sport mode, it definitely tightens things up a little bit and you'll be satisfied with it. But that's not the purpose of the vehicle. It is a cruiser, and it is something I think you could enjoy cruising in. I mean, I love that tint. It looks really good. But overall, we're really pleased about it. 1,000 miles in, I'm pretty sure we're gonna put this to the test a lot more. I am contemplating painting the roof black, the entire roof. I don't know how, because I really like how it looks like on the Optima, but they don't do the roof like that anymore. The Sorento had the roof like that also, where it was like black all the way around. So I'm trying to decide if I want to spending a couple $100 just to get it painted. That's a little OD, but so far so good. Gas mileage, you know, now that I'm looking at these wipers, they're so thin. I'm gonna have to definitely upgrade those when it's time. But they're quiet as hell when they work. Like, you don't hear anything once you turn them on. It's quiet. But so far so good. I'm pleased with it. Shirell's happy with it. We were looking to get a Stinger because she said if I get an SUV, I want a car that I could actually really drive in also. So we was going to look to trade in the Stinger. But once she drove this around enough, she realized that it has more than enough power to do what she needs. Because that was the thing about the Sorento. She felt like if you stepped on the gas too much, you're going to spin some tires and you're just not going to go anywhere. But you definitely will spin some tires. This, you got a little bit more kick to it. So She enjoys it. Gas mileage, like I said, I would have wished it had a bigger tank. We average about 22 miles per gallon. I would just wish I had a bigger tank because I feel like we go to a gas station a lot. But, you know, it's necessary evil in the life we live. We spend a lot of time on the road sometimes. So, if you guys have any questions, comments, concern, leave it in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer everything that pops up. Another thing, there's no button on the inside to release this. You just gotta press it and it opens up. I'm about to sound like Doug and said, let me see if there's any other quirks for me, but no, that should be about it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, like I said, leave it in the comments down below. I'll do my best to get them taken care of.